I think, again, it is really early days and just the beginning of a new medium of expression and a way to transact and monetize that expression. If you think about art in general, it's been copied for years. Even, luxurious, expensive oil paintings can be forged, a little harder to do possibly, but I think with the digital assets, it's very quick to trace the authentic thing. And once the systems are in place where everything is expressing itself to a marketplace, it'll be very quick and easy to identify which one is the real one.
You're an investor and you've been investing in NFTs as well. How are you going about that? And there'll be a lot of viewers watching this now thinking, is this the future? And if I was to invest as a regular investor, what do I do?
My journey started earlier in the Bitcoin era, and when I saw CryptoKitties, cats and internet have always been a great thing. And when I saw the CryptoKitties exchange, I just knew that it was going to be something someday, because it puts a persona, it gives an emotive feeling to that digital asset that makes it very real to the person that buys it. And so as I go forward on the things that I invest, I just tell people, look for things that you really care about and things that matter to you that can be the basis for the formation of communities. NFTs or cryptocurrencies are really just a medium of exchange across a community of interest that believes in something. And so if you see a strong community behind something, it's worth investigating. I myself have backed a couple interesting projects the last year. One is called OneOf.com, launched with Quincy Jones Productions. We launched with Doja Cat and recently signed Pitbull as a worldwide ambassador. There's another company called MetaGood that I'm founding chairman of that uses the exchange mechanism. As these tokens trade, a percentage comes off to fuel good things. And for example, Sharbat Gula, the Afghan girl who was on the National Geographic cover, on Thanksgiving Day, she was evacuated to get her out of the way of the Taliban to Italy by Future Brilliance Foundation. Sophia Swire put all that together. We were the token mechanism to raise the capital to fund that evacuation. So we're now at a point now where there's real intersection between the digital world with NFTs and really good things happening in the real world.
And that's interesting, because as you look to the future of NFTs, people will look at it and say, well, it's just sort of silly bits of digital art, kittens, apes, etc., being sold for large sums of money. But is there, from a technological basis, a broader use case in the future? There's a lot of talk about how can you tokenize assets like real estate, like even stocks, etc. How realistic is that?
I think it's going to happen. It's not even a question. It's a question of when it will happen broadly. And if you think about Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, Web 1 was read-only, Web 2 is read-write. Web 3 is the instantiation of a wrapper around everything that's coming in and out of that screen so that it can move around. So it's an internet of assets. And you can put land titles on there, real estate, art, draw, anything. Anything can have an address, just like any web page can have an address, and somebody can find it through that marketplace function. So it's the most efficient way over time to assign ownership of really any asset.